Jay here from I Wander UK. It's day 36 of the West Coastal Path Challenge. Today I'm heading for Cremyll, which is the Cornish side for the ferry to get across to Plymouth. I've got to Port Wrinkle last night. I had a camp. It wasn't ideal, as you can probably tell. It's pretty slopey, so I was on one side of the bed all night, just kept rolling off. I've got to negotiate the military base here at Tregantle, get out to Minehead, go through King Sand and Core Sand, and then find a place to overnight near Cremyll so I can catch the first ferry out in the morning to give me a chance for tomorrow. I was lucky yesterday. It drizzled on and off all afternoon, but only lightly. It looked like it was going to really chuck it down. I managed to get a pitch, chucked my tent up by about 6:45 last night, and I didn't get wet, so things are looking good. Put the tent away this morning. It's not super dry, but it's all right. It's not wet either because the grass didn't get wet overnight. I don't know how. It looks threatening today, as you can probably see with the cloud all around, but behind me I think you find there's a little bit of blue. There's always some good somewhere, so I need to crack on. My trekking pole's broken again, but this time I can't repair it. Not sure what to do. I gaffer taped it up for now, but I don't have that much confidence in it, to be honest. But let's see how we get on. I think I got about 13-14 miles. It's just about spitting with rain now, so I'm going to get started. I decided to take the route across the Tregantle firing range. There's an alternative if you get to the gate, but the gate wasn't locked. There's no red flags, and to be honest with you, I'm just curious. I'd like to see what's down there. I've only ever been round it, so it'd be nice to see where we're going through, but we'll find out. Quick look back, look at that. The sun's just broke through on Loo. Crazy. You can hardly see since George's Island, it's just like a blank shape. The sun beaming down on Loo. Obvious. What a view from up here. Countryside wise anyway. There's a really imposing looking building, isn't it? Wow, that looks solid. Tregantle Fort, a really impressive building. Bearing in mind this is 160 years old. You can tell the thickness of the walls just by the amount of gap going into the windows. It's crazy, 160 years old. Could be 20. I'm still going through with permission, so bless them. Thank you very much. From the road, you only get a little tiny glimpse of this fort, and you don't realise the scale of it. It's huge. You literally see one end of it, and that looks quite impressive from there, but walking past it, you can actually see it. Wow, incredible. Glad I did that. I'm glad the flags weren't up, so it's all good. It's odd how outlooks can change, and I'm at Tregantle, as you can see. Central screen now at the end of that road, which I'm not walking up thankfully, is Minehead, and that's what I'm walking into. Looking back to where I started yesterday, the sun is really shining on Loo now. It's literally picked it out. You can see the greens and stuff. And it looks like it's clear. I can see a bit of blue sky, but I'm not going that way today, so let's get back to what I've got. Oh, a bit blue sky. Just passing that finger post, and it identifies the fact I've got 4 miles to Minehead. I can only apologise. I think I've been calling it Minehead, N-A-R-E. Sort of similar letters. That's my dyslexia. It's not all the time, but just occasionally. I normally have problems with for, F-O-R and from. I swap those over, which makes sentences no sense whatsoever. But yeah, Rame. Rame. That's where I'm heading for now, and I've got 4 miles. After Tregantle Fort, you come down the road a little bit, and I do mean a bit, perhaps 1/4 mile, and it turns right, and you're basically following this mud and grass path that meanders next to the road, which is just up here. But at least you've got great views out into Whitstone Bay, and every now and again you see a little cove. Always worth looking down. You never know, you might see a seal. I'd love to see a dolphin personally, but I'm realistic enough to think that I wouldn't, but you know, I hope to think I would. I think I said on yesterday's video I wasn't really feeling it, which is weird because I had an overnight at home, the luxury of a warm bed, roast dinner, etc. But I'm not sure if that's the reason why, because you've got a bit of luxury and then you're back in it again, it wipes you out. But I wasn't in the right frame of mind, everything hurt on me. The redeeming feature was walking down the beach from City to Downderry, and that cleared my head again and I felt okay. But I started thinking a little bit more last night. I didn't try to think, my brain just started doing it. And I was thinking maybe because I know in the next day, like today, is the last day I'll be in Cornwall. Perhaps that could be it. And maybe it's that sort of safety net. It's not a safety net, but this is unknown territory for me after I leave Cornwall. I've never been through south, I guess, or would it be East Devon? South Devon, I'm going to call it. But instead of letting my brains go into the, oh no, I'm leaving Cornwall, what am I going to do? What happens if something goes wrong? I've switched brain thinking and thinking, I've never been there, what an adventure. So that's the attitude I'm trying to adjust to now. I've got my last day in Cornwall, walking up to Cremyll to catch the ferry across to Plymouth tomorrow. And then it's a new adventure, going through and exploring Devon. And that's what I'm going to do. I love these little houses tucked onto the hill there. Just little more than sheds. But I would happily live in one of those. None of this massive big house malarkey. Just a nice little shed you can keep warm. What an outlook. I know today's not great, but what an outlook. Hello? What's going on here? I didn't mispronounce it on purpose, promise. It looked ominous the way that slowly came around the headland there. Unfortunately, walking up from Freethy, F-R-E-A-T-H-Y, you do have to take some road work. It's only a little road, there's not much traffic, but it's just something about the tarmac that, I don't know, maybe I've just got it in my head. It's cool, it's like their own little commune, and that's what I'd like to think about it. One of them places where everybody knew everybody and everybody got on. Yeah, that's what I would fantasise, The weather's a funny one today. It's looking brighter over there, even though it is cloudy. And that's blowing towards me now. So that'd be behind me as I'm walking. You can see it's bright blue sky out there. A bit in front of me. Oh, someone walking. It's dark, that's what I've been walking in, but it seems to be blowing over, but the weather's, like I say, weird. The wind's cold, but it's still too warm to have a wind cheater on, but I don't want to take it off because it spits with rain every now and again. So I'm just taking my 5-minute break, just reflecting, and it's quite staggering. The centre of the screen now is Lou. I left there yesterday lunchtime. Now I know the pathway out here is not that gnarly, it's not that steep, but it's still a long way. After you come off the roadside and then go down the little path past some more of those little chalets, you literally tuck behind 2 or 3 little chalets and it opens into an access path, so you're about as wide as a car, you can get down a gravel road. As you're walking up that slope, there's a sharp turning right where you walk back on yourself where the path comes down the hill. Don't miss it. And you walk down these gentle steps back towards the sea again. Follow the little meandering pass through up and down some slopes until you get to that white building there with the grey roof, which is Captain Blake's retreat. And then we start following this track, which is much wider. Get over to there, which is another fort, and I believe we climb up over the top of the cliff top there. The sun's broke through and I'm looking back, obviously. Look at the view around Whitsand Bay now. There's Lou coming up to the centre of the screen now. Try and zoom in a little. There's Lou. The sun's coming out, you can start seeing the detail in all the headlands and stuff. And the colour in the sea. First sighting up close-ish of Minehead. It makes coming round off that headland. There's Cremyll just over my shoulder there, and I took a couple of minutes on the bench and my rucksack was literally blowing round, trying to blow itself off there. It was literally blowing it off the bench, and the bench was rocking. Oh my word, just dropped behind this wall here. It's just a light breeze. And oh wow, the sun warming straight away. Incredible. Still not sure what the day's doing. The day's broke up for the sun. The sun's broke out. But at the top there, that wind was chilly. But here's the outlook of where we're going next. Following this path along here, along the cliff top. Around that headland around there. And I think Corsan can't be far. It looks like a landmark, and you can see the headland stretching out behind this one. That rock's probably something to look out for. The next headland, another one in the distance. I'll have a look and find out what that is, because I'm sure that'll be a landmark for several hours. The island on its own central screen now, I think it's the Cremyll Island, but I will double check that. It looks closer, but then that's always deceiving like that. That navy boat still following me round. What's away? I don't know. Come on guys, I need to get through. Shall I go up and round you? Okay, I'll try that. After you drop down a little off Minehead, you just start following this, I guess, cliff top path. Not quite on the cliff top, it's like following a contour, that's the way I describe it, but it's totally out the wind, so the temperature's changed drastically, which is lovely because I can feel the sun on my face. Not what I was expecting first thing this morning. I've had thoughts on this before. The weather when it's cloudy and then potentially spitting with rain, I try to, or I tended to, leave my wind cheater on because it's slightly waterproof. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but a shower it'll take. But the problem is with it today, and I've had it other days, it can be too warm unless it's windy and the wind's blowing through you. As soon as the wind drops, my body temperature goes up. I've literally just stopped, chucked my rucksack off, took my wind cheater off, and I feel better already. I've talked before about having mid-afternoon fade, where I just don't really know what's gone wrong. I don't know if I'm thirsty, hungry, tired, but my stride shortens and just everything's more difficult. I'm not sure if I'm just identifying the fact that I know I run hot, but I think I run really hot. Oh my word, there's a adder. Literally. First one I've seen. Adder, literally sitting in the path. I thought it was a stick initially, or you know, a root. There's a lot of them here, just sitting in the path, sunning himself. Who can blame him? But yeah, I knew I run hot, but I didn't realise I run that hot. I think I read some study before on the internet about if you're walking, start cold, which I do believe in. The trouble is when it's really cold first thing in the morning, you tend to try and stop that wind chill. I need to remember to stop the wind chill, pack up the tent, and then just strip off again and go for it. Because it more than compensates for me, actually. It's faltering me, slowing me down, but let's see. If I was a bit more aware there, I could have seen that adder curled up on the path. Never mind. Seen one, that's only the second adder I've seen in my life. Sandy path turns into a bit of a tarmac road, and after you've been on it for literally a couple of minutes, you take a sharp turn and left. If you look to your right, you can see, I can see another military boat, but a bit the other side of Plymouth, which you can't actually see now. I'll show you when I can see it more clearly. After a little bit of road work, there's a fork where the tarmac goes to the left, and then like this foresty path goes to the right. That's the one you need, and you start descending. So I'm hoping I'm descending without too much descent to get to Core Sand / King Sand, because I'm hungry. I need something to eat and I need to pick up some food supplies for later. Then you pop out from the woods to this view. Navy doing something, I'm guessing. Assuming that's Core Sand, King Sand up there to the left, and I don't know what that is over there, the hotel on the Headland, but over there will be Plymouth and beyond. First real view of Core Sand. You can see little flashes of it because of the high wall, and yeah, I know I can't see over it. The shrubbery, you don't get to see much, but take a walk in there and see what else we can see. Really quiet today. Bit of paddleboarding down there at our season. Ideal. First time I actually tried it was down there. And literally just around the corner is King Sand. Just around the corner from Core Sand. Core, not C-O-R, like core. But core as in caw, C-A-W. resist the temptation of going right beachside. And these rocks are weird, they're like moguls of different kinds, and the brick, I'm not sure what this is, could have been an old fort, something. They're very red, that burgundy red. But I think I better get back up on the footpath now because I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just going seaside, as in next to the sea. After about 20 minutes, half an hour from leaving Kingsand, come up to these spooky woods with all the twisted trees. Quick 360 of my home for the night. It's a scouting camp there.